Hello and welcome back to the top 50 Harry Potter characters countdown. So I think after this video, I'm gonna create another two parts of the countdown, and after that I think I'm gonna make a top 10 greatest title characters. So shall we dive in? Number 33, and this spot goes to Mundungus Fletcher. Out of the Order of the Phoenix, I don't think that there is a character as interesting as Mundungus. Mundungus is a member of the Order, but is also a thief who has been to Azkaban. Other than being a thief, he is also a coward and fled the Battle of the Seven Potters and caused the death of Mad-Eye Moody. I think it's nice to finally see a good guy be a pretty bad guy, because so far we've only seen really good guys. If you get what I mean. So number 32. Pius Thickness. Other than having the coolest last name in the whole Harry Potter universe, he also has one of the most interesting stories. A ministry official who gets put under the Imperius Curse and then becomes the Minister of Magic. He serves as a puppet to Voldemort, which I think might also be a reference to how government works today. One thing that amazes me is the fact that Voldemort doesn't take over the ministry, but he doesn't take over with power, but with politics, and that's why I like Pius so much. Now time for number 31. Yaxley. Yaxley is certainly not a very important or big part of the plot line. The whole story could have gone well with the one less Death Eater. But what I love about Yaxley is the fact that he reminds me of another character. Let's see if you can guess who. They share similar physical features, especially the hair, and the same attitude. Did anyone guess Draco? Draco is a great character. He's sarcastic, he's bratty, and he has a heck of a hair, and so does Yaxley. So, on to number 30. Cho Chang? Yes. One thing I find so damn annoying about every character in Harry's year is the boring, storyless, plot-wisely unimportant characteristics they present. But Cho has these. She was in love with a student a couple years older than her, who ends up dying. She then falls in love with a student a couple years younger than her, who was there when her earlier love died. And plot-wise, she was the sole reason that the DA was dissolved because of her dragging along Marietta. Number 29. Ron Weasley. Did that surprise you? Let's just make it clear. I like the character of Ron, but I like a lot of other characters a whole lot better. Ron is funny and makes for a clumsy but friendly sidekick that you find in pretty much every piece of work. But I find any character with a short temper and who mistreats his friends unpleasant. And especially in later years, such as his 6th year, he really starts getting on my nerve. Always sitting there in his pajamas looking all in love and abandoning his friends in the Deathly Hallows. Number 28. We all love to see these essentially good characters with a less good backstory, and that's where Horace Slughorn comes in. Plot-wise, Horace Slughorn might just be the most important character for telling Voldemort about Horcruxes, and there's no substitute for the entertainment of seeing this former guide of the antagonist become a guy for the protagonist. Another thing that I enjoy about Slughorn is his personality. Trying to get to know the students who will turn out famous seems a little sluggish, doesn't it? Number 7. People aren't always as they appear. What a great theme for the first book. And it really takes a heck of a character to portray that theme. Essentially, this isn't really a transformation, but more like a revelation. Quirrell starts out pretending he's a shy and quirky teacher who has a fear of vampires, but it turns out that this character is really a temporary Horcrux for Voldemort. There's really nothing like a nice unexpected surprise. Now we're going to number 26. So it seems like Moaning Myrtle is a long-forgotten, boring minor character. I would disagree. I think Myrtle is a great addition to the stories. She's a whiny and mentally ill girl who was killed by the basilisk when she went to school. She was one of Voldemort's first victims who caused Hagrid to get expelled. I'll give you that she might be annoying, but in my opinion, that's a good thing. That means she adds characteristics to the story instead of a boring obstacle or backstory. And then marking the halfway point for number 25 is Professor Trelawney. What I find so lovely about the Harry Potter franchise are the lovely and weird characters involved, and Trelawney does not fall short. Of course, she is very important to the plot wise, blah 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 blah. But the reason I gave her a higher place than Ron fucking Weasley was because she really fucked me up when she entered her prophecy trance in the third movie. Sorry about my swearing, but how can't you swear with a character like this? Yes, we're going to 24 now. The person who gets number 24 is Flitwick. I don't give a shit that there are so many continuity problems with this character in the movies. I just like the new, let's say version of him. He seems like such a kind but also stylish like fella. There are some really priceless scenes in the movie where with him, such as the scene when Hagrid accidentally impales his hand with a fork. Another thing I love about Flitwick and others like Slughorn and Sprout is that they fought in the Battle of Hogwarts and followed the orders of Harry. Yep, and now we're going to number 23. I can't say a lot about this character. She's very important to the plot, but other than that, the only thing about her is that she's curious. I'm not saying I hate her, I think she's likable. I mean, she got a higher spot than Ron and Flitwick. That's an achievement in my book. I just, in general, think she's a pretty boring character, but I mean, I'm not saying she's a bad character. 22. The snobbish Hollywood Harry Styles or Justin Bieber of the wizarding world. He gives us a fun, energetic relief of the otherwise pretty dark and deep Chamber of Secrets. He kind of helps give this smooth transition into the darker happenings of the franchise, making the first step a little easier for the younger fans who were part of the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone fandom. Now for number 21. Throughout the Harry Potter series, we see a whole lot of terrible ministers and ministry workers, such as Cornelius Fudge, Lucius Malfoy, Rufus Scrimgeour, etc., etc., etc. But then this bitch, if I may, takes it to the extreme. She tortures the kids. She lies to the kids. She even scared away the most honored wizard of all time. And I thought Republicans were bad. Now for number 20. So, Fred. Everyone's favorite comical relief of the series. Smart, witty, funny, sarcastic, energetic are just a few words that describe him. The reason he gets a higher rank than his brother is because he is more sympathetic because he dies in the Battle of Hogwarts. And because he's he's just a little bit more important to the stories. Now, for number 19, Draco Malfoy. One thing that is so important for good storytelling is character development. Sometimes for the better and other times for the worse. Draco had a heck of a lot of character development. First, he developed from a bully into a Death Eater, and then in a matter of minutes, he became a rebel. I love these types of characters, and I really think that both the movies and the books hit right on the nail for these types of characters. Now, for the last one in this episode, number 18. It's always hard to create a great parental figure in any form of work, but in this case, it wasn't just an outstanding parental figure, but also a comic relief. He makes so many. Arthur Weasley makes so many comments towards the Muggle world, or the world we live in, and he kind of, makes us look at ourselves with some humor. And I also think he's also a touching character, if anyone can remember in the 5th book when he almost died. Now, thank you for watching. I'm going to upload the 3rd part as soon as I can. And then after that, I'm going to upload a episode about top 10 title characters. After that, I'm hoping for you guys to put in the comments what you think I should do next. See you next time. Bye.